students. So if we go onto our staff portal, log in the 600 times that it asks you to, and then we go over to Microsoft Office, Teams. Just gonna make my screen bigger. The first time you do this, it will take a little while, and it'll tell you that it's setting it up and getting everything ready for you. And after it loads up like this, you won't have any of these teams on the left-hand side yet. That's fine. So what you want to do is you want to download it as a desktop app, and that will download. That will just take a minute to do. Set it all up, and then after it's finished setting up, I'm going to open it in the program and show you how to make a class from there. After you've finished setting up all of the software and everything, you just open it up. Alright, and then from here, you have an activity main page that sort of gives you a bit of an overview of all the things that you've been tagged in, or things that it thinks that are really important for you to know. What I want us to focus on is going to this little Teams tab in the middle, and then we want to create a team. Okay, so if I create a team, I want this to be for one of my classes. So let's just say that I'm making this for a Year 9 class. We'll say Year 9. Get rid of Sally's little message to me because we have no lives and it's almost 10 o'clock and we're still talking. You don't need to give it a description, but you can. You can say, this is Mr. Cox's Year 9 class. Please ensure that you are doing your homework consistently, or whatever you want to have as your description for your class. It'll create it for you. And here is where you need to search for your students. You can add them later if you want. So you can either add them in now, or I'm going to skip it so I can show you how you can actually add them in later if you need to. And this will be like your home page. So on Conversations, you can post things and all of the students in that class group will actually be able to see it. So I might say to my kids, please ensure you complete your class task. Alright, so they'll actually get that. And it's also good that you have a little Files tab here. So you can drag and drop files into there. Students can also drag and drop files into there. So it's really good if you want to set them a task on your Conversations tab and then say, by the end of this lesson, I want you to drag and drop your resource into this Files tab, and then everyone has access to be able to do something with that. On your little General tab here, on this one, on these little dots, you can say add members. And this is where you're going to search for your students if you skipped it at that earlier stage. And to be able to add the students, what I think is the easiest is to go onto your portal, go onto EMU, select our school. I'm doing a Year 9 class at the moment, so if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's Year 9. And then I will just go through and find all of the kids in my class, and Jade Altman's in my class, so I just copy and paste it. And just wait a minute, pops up, click it, and then Georgia APAP, and so on and so forth until you've got all of the kids in your class. You would then push add. I'm not going to because those kids aren't actually in my class. And from here, on your class notebook tab, you can either set up a new class notebook, and that will be shared with all of the members of this team, or you can add an existing one. So you can go to this little plus, and you can click on websites. And from here, if you want to add an existing OneNote, you go into your Office portal, go into OneNote, let's say I want to share my 10 English 1. We click our little share button. Make sure that you change this so it says allow editing. Apply that and copy a link. When that generates that little link, you need to copy that. Alright, go back to your Teams program, put in class OneNote, or whatever you want the tab to come up when you've got it up here, and then put your URL in there. Right, let's save that and make sure that it's worked. So you'll see that that existing OneNote that I've already set up is now available for them to use on your class team. And they can edit it in the browser the same as they normally would, and then get a link to be able to use it in their native OneNote program. I think it's also really good that you can chat individually on here, and so you can have private messages with students and actually have a trail of everything that you've said between each other, or all of the files that you've shared between each other. So it's a really good way for you to keep track of what you're saying and for what files are being shared. I think it's less messy than the email system, where your files can get lost very easily and your conversations can get a bit muddled because you're emailing so many people in the day. I haven't really explored the assignments tab all that much just yet, but when I figure out some way that I can use it, I will definitely make a video and let you know about that. These are just all the files that I'm actually sharing through Teams at the moment. So it's a nice little organized place other than OneDrive, where I can keep track of everything that I'm doing at the moment. Alright, so I hope that has been helpful. It's not a really difficult program to be able to set up. What I think is really good about it is this ability to have a home page where it gives you notifications about things that you're saying, and kids can post on there and ask you questions, and you can answer them directly, you can reply to them directly, and everyone can see it. So that if you're answering an email, you're not trying to answer the same question over and over and over again, because they can all already see that you have answered it. I hope this has been helpful. Please feel free to ask me some questions if you need to.